I'm going to keep this straightforward because the real question is whether this built-in grill actually lives up to the hype, and whether it makes sense for the kitchen you're trying to build. If you're on the fence about spending a good chunk of money on a built-in gas grill, you probably wonder if the extra features will actually improve your weekend barbecues, or if you'll end up with a pricey piece of metal that just gathers grease. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's walk through the things that matter once the unit is installed, and figure out if it's a fit for you. First, a quick picture of the setup. The Napoleon 700 series 38-inch grill is designed for a built-in slot, which means you'll need a dedicated gas line and a countertop cutout that matches the 38-inch width. The unit comes with a failsafe ignition system that eliminates the guesswork of trying to spark a stubborn burner, and the grids are marketed as maintenance-free, essentially porcelain-enameled stainless steel that resists rust and warping. Those claims are useful if you plan to fire it up a few times a week and don't want to spend an hour scrubbing after each session. One of the headline features is the infrared rear rotisserie burner, which puts out a solid 78,000 BTU. In practice, that means you can spin a whole chicken or a small pork loin and get a consistent, crisp skin without the hot spots you sometimes get from traditional burners. I've seen it in action on a friend's patio where the rotisserie turned at a steady 12 revolutions per minute while the meat cooked evenly from the rear. The infrared element also stays hot longer after you turn the grill off, which can be handy for keeping a side dish warm while you finish the main. For anyone who loves rotisserie cooking but doesn't want a separate standalone unit, that integration can actually save space and simplify the gas hookup. The integrated lighting is another practical point. When you're grilling after sunset, the LED strips under the hood illuminate the cooking surface without blinding you. It's not a novelty, it genuinely lets you see where the flare-ups are happening and adjust the flame quickly. The storage compartment under the grill is shallow but deep enough for a few spice jars, a small cutting board, or the rotisserie motor's accessories. If you've ever struggled to keep your grilling tools within arm's reach, that built-in storage reduces the need for a separate trolley. Now, let's talk about the downsides you might hit once the grill is in place. The biggest hidden trade-off is the installation cost. While the manufacturer advertises easy to install, that's relative to a professional who already knows how to run a natural gas line and cut a countertop. If you're a DIY enthusiast, you'll still need a few tools, a proper gas regulator, and possibly a permit, depending on local codes. That can add a few $100s to the total outlay, and it's something many buyers overlook when they compare the sticker price to a portable propane grill. Another practical concern is the size of the cooking area. At 38 inches wide, the grill offers a respectable amount of surface, but the internal layout is split between 3 main burners and the rear infrared burner. That division can feel cramped if you're trying to sear a full rack of ribs and keep a side of vegetables going at the same time. You'll need to plan your grill space carefully, perhaps using the maintenance-free grids to create zones: high heat for searing, medium for veggies, and the rear burner for rotisserie. It's doable, but not as flexible as a larger freestanding model with separate side burners. Heat control is solid thanks to the failsafe ignition and the 78,000 BTU rating, but the infrared rear burner can be a bit aggressive for delicate fish or thin cuts. In my experience, you'll want to reserve that burner for larger, thicker pieces that benefit from the consistent, high-heat environment. Trying to cook a delicate fillet on the rear burner often results in an overcooked exterior before the interior is done. So, if your cooking style leans heavily toward quick, low-heat dishes, you might not get as much out of that feature. The rating on Amazon sits at 4.8 out of 5 stars from 20 reviewers, which tells us that early owners are generally pleased. While we don't have specific review excerpts, the overall score suggests that the strengths: consistent heat, reliable ignition, and the rotisserie integration are delivering the value people expect. The few lower scores likely stem from the installation hurdle or the learning curve of managing 3 distinct heat zones. Who should buy this grill? If you're already committed to a built-in kitchen layout, enjoy the ritual of grilling multiple dishes at once, and love rotisserie cooking without buying a separate machine, the Napoleon 700 series offers a compact, feature-rich solution. It shines for families that host weekend barbecues, for entertainers who want the grill to stay hidden when not in use, and for anyone who appreciates the convenience of integrated lighting and storage.